Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and your little Princess Moo. And what we're going to demonstrate for you today on video is Princess's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and the motivations that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash. He keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Princess is going to come home with her very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that during your follow-up training session. Now, the very first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Princess heel. At this point, her job is to walk nicely next to your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind, and sometimes she needs a little bit of encouragement. And each time that Fred stops his feet, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So this makes walking her a pleasure. It makes her have the feeling that she has a leader, that she doesn't have to be so nervous and afraid. And each time that you stop, whether it's to talk to a neighbor or cross traffic, she's sitting nicely at your left and waiting for her next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. And because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. And you're going to practice these exercises indoors as well as outdoors. They help to develop her focus, her maturity, and her ability to have self-control. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her as an additional distraction, and it's also a trust issue for her, all the way back around to heel, and they're going to take off heeling again. She's really come out of her shell here at school. She's really doing a great job. Nice automatic sit. These little guys, when they do their obedience, they look so cute. Now, if she doesn't sit, Fred's going to tell her no. He's going to give that little tug on the collar. And this time he's going to leave her again. And you want to practice, practice, practice these. This time, instead of returning back to her, he's going to call her. And she should come right in front and sit facing his knees. And he praised her on the way in, because coming to you should always be a good thing, and her comes are really very good. He leaves her again in another sit stay. He uses her name, happy tone, praises her up, and she comes and sits right in front. And then she goes all the way back around to heel and back sitting. We always praise her up to keep her motivated, because I think most of her aggression is fear motivated. And if she starts giving you a hard time, you combine praise with those little tiny corrections on the collar, and she gets right back into shape. Now, the next exercises that we're going to demonstrate for you are your down commands. And your dog has to be seated before you attempt to put them into a down. This is a down from heel position, so with her at your left, use the flat of your palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down, and then Fred gave her the stay command. The long down stay, when you're practicing at home, you're going to start with her with about 1 minute, and you're going to work all the way up to 5 minutes. And there are motorcycles going by and everything else, and she's doing really well. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her just as he did on the sit stay, returning all the way back around to heel position. He praises her, and they take off heeling again. He's going to demonstrate that down from a heel one more time. I think she prefers the down to the sit, honestly. And just to mix up the commands a little bit, this time Fred's going to call her. Remember, always praise her when she comes to you, and then back sitting. Good girl. Now the very last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. And don't let her get away with pulling that little spoiled brat act like, I don't want to walk anymore, or I don't want to do this anymore. She has to complete the exercises as they were taught. Fred walks out away from her. He's going to use his right hand to give the command. And she lays down from a distance. Very good. And that's really good stuff for her, because she is a shy, little bit nervous girl, but she certainly has come out of her shell. She's done a great job. We're very, very proud of her. And we'll be teaching you how to put all of these commands into effect in your everyday living situations to prevent any aggressive, nipping behavior. We'll show you how to correct that and keep her well under control. We've really enjoyed having her. She's been a very good girl. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.